I don't know what you've heard, but the bird is the word. And it would be frankly absurd, whether you're a nerd or you take your martini shaken, not stirred, to not even try some lovely Game of Subs. It gives you the most delightful ups. Get 10% off yours, code Thorin endures. Where at though, my friend? Gamersubs.gg in the end. Now, I'd maybe try flavours like lemonade, cherry limesicle, blue raz. Now, I am at this point streaming almost daily on Twitch. I usually do it in the morning. Sometimes if my evening is free or something gets cancelled, I'll do a stream then. You can obviously follow my channel. You can have a look at it here really quickly. There you go. It's twitch.tv/Thorin with 3 O's. Has all the graphics and all that jazz. Follow the channel if you want to find out when I go live. I don't have a set schedule. I'm just doing it for myself at the moment. When there are tournaments, I will probably do maybe like a big match or the semis and the final if it's a tournament I'm really into and has really good games. If I want to do a live view, I actually did it already for IEM Cologne, but before I had like monetization turned on. I won't be streaming games initially like CS2 because my PC just couldn't handle it at this point in time. So I'm probably going to wait a month or two. They'll just upgrade my PC. Maybe even get a green screen, do all that jazz. So there will be CS2, but in the future, I doubt I'll stream League for obvious reasons. I think people would just constantly reference it and try to use it as a reason why I ever should denigrate my work. So what would the point be? At the moment, one of the main things I like to use it for is I do petty grievances. I just do basically what would have been Thorin vs Reddit, Thorin vs Blocked, etc. Just live on stream for people. I do Q&A at the end, usually for people who are in the chat, especially subs. Obviously, thanks to everyone who does sub. I'm going to try generally as I get better and better at it. At the moment, I just do a bit each day and I'm going to gather up those pieces and eventually they will become videos on my YouTube channel. But there's some stuff also where at the moment I don't feature footage on my channel, but I might watch through some games and analyse them. And that initially will just be on my Twitch. So I have sub-only VODs turned on for everyone who subs can go and check out that stuff there. Some of the other stuff and maybe that stuff one day will make its way to YouTube. I'm going to generally, as I do these things, try and make CSGO one part, CS2, and League of Legends another part, and not just constantly switch between the two so that if you're into one, you're not into the other one. You can take what you want, leave what you don't. I am going to have this channel heavily moderated. I don't tolerate any stupid shit or people trying to antagonise me or irritate me or say something. You'll just be banned for life immediately. There won't be a system to request to be unbanned. If you fuck around, you will find out. Also, if you just annoy us, we'll just do the instant 10-minute timeout. So as long as you just have normal opinions, you can have plenty of opinions and disagree if you like, but don't be silly beggars, obviously. Now, I'm not asking anyone to follow this channel. I'm not asking anyone to sub to this channel. I'm not asking anyone for anything. I don't demand your viewership, your attention, your time. You can choose whether you'd like to. So don't also imagine that it's for you, that I'm there to cater to you, that I am a jukebox. I'm not. I'm there to do my own streaming experience, to do certain things live, to do certain sponsor activations live as well. It's another reason I want to do it. And to be able to do things like raid other people's channel, potentially react to news live, drama things live, bring on people to, maybe I'll make a late night show where it's a nightly show during events or something. I bring someone on during the day and we review the games, the day's games, things actually I've thought about doing at events before in the past and I thought haven't been done particularly well so far. So I'm not going to become a full-time streamer. Like, I mean, to be fair, I might start doing it daily, but that's always still going to be a side thing of my job. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. Over the years, people like Richard did always tell me, like, you shouldn't just leave that money on the table. You could double dip. You can do what I do. You do the content on the stream. People sub, people donate, people watch live. Then you turn some of it into YouTube videos. Then you get to make some money off YouTube as well. But at the time, I thought to myself, I don't want to feel like I'm beholden to people, or if people sub that they can demand things of me. Or how about the fact that, oh, what if you slip up and say something? To be fair, I never slip up and say anything crazy, do I? So I don't really have to worry about that. I've done a bazillion hours on stream at this point in time. And also back then I didn't know, is it too easy to show something accidentally? I've actually found now with OBS Studio, if you do it right and you use studio mode, you can, if you do it right, you don't end up showing things privately and all that jazz, etc. I also do think actually that as an approach to doing it, I also just like to see other people do things first and learn from their mistakes and see what they're doing right and see what makes sense for them. And so I've watched people like Richard, Monty, other people in the industry do streaming. And I thought, I've got a sense of what I'd like to do with it at this point in time and where I want to go with it. Also, it's something where my main priority always will be my journalism. So first and foremost at the moment is I have to do my shows for Last Free Nation. Then I would say I generally want a video a day out on my YouTube channel. And then I want my Substack. I've done a whole bunch of pieces this month. I want that going pretty well. Twitter's, I've always said, is like the waste paper basket, just It's shower thoughts, isn't it? The fact people take it so seriously just shows how pathetic they are, mate. I take it seriously in the sense that people attack my job and my livelihood. I'm just saying stuff. I think that player's overrated, not even tagging him. So I've always thought that was quite silly. But yeah, it's never going to be a giant thing for me, I don't think, streaming. I mean, listen, I can't know if obviously if a bazillion people subbed and it became something I had like 5k concurrents live, well, at that point in time I sort of would be, wouldn't I? And there's also a factor where I could also see if things go well, maybe I even create a different special place just for streaming with all the green screen setup and all that jazz, maybe in its own separate PC that's super shit hot for running games and whatnot. And maybe I could do all sorts of things. Like, here's the thing, if I really enjoy it, maybe in the future, it isn't just I live view a game, maybe I actually make what I always dreamed of, which is sort of like a remote desk that people call into, but then we have an actual desk segment a bit longer than you'd have at events, showing kind of the sort of things I'd like to do if I was a desk host or a desk analyst. By the way, I am actually booked for a CS event coming up this year, and it's going to be with some pretty cool people, so I will actually be back as an analyst too. Also would be cool in the future if hotels have good enough internet to take a laptop, do a little stream there during events, etc. I also think people seem to really enjoy the Q&As. Obviously, I can do sort of a Q&A, other people can't. I can only do all of CS, League of Legends, Quake, StarCraft, Dota, but I have the 20 years of history in most of these games, and I know a lot of sports, and I know a lot about books, literature, film, music, etc. And so again, it'll be a little bit more of my personality, a little bit of side channel stuff mixed in there in that sense, and not as strict a division as I currently have. And so I think if you want to keep up with that, the details will all be in the description box below. If you don't, just keep enjoying the YouTube videos. Maybe buy some Gamer Subs, get 10% off with the code Thorin at gamersubs.gg.
Welcome to Thorns and Thoughts. Unfortunately, I don't have any content. The man already speaks his mind, but I ain't gonna stop you now. I assume you saw a pretty fucking good video. Alright? And you're already on the man's channel. So stay a little while longer. I see you're comfortable. And just check a few more out.
Everyone needs a support network, and mine is, of course, my Patreon community, the Scrominati, who, in many ways, they're the Sonny to my Cher, saying, I got you, babe. So this video and all the others on my channel were kindly supported by the following names: Ahmed Hadjou, Mac Pugnatio Rajcula, Adam Tomlin, Animosity, Jensen Goh, Tosh, Torin, and you know it. Jerky's Minion, my main man, always going to be referenced, one of the best patrons of all time. Would you like to ask a question in my AMA? Maybe you want to suggest a topic or a guest to say on my channel? Do you want teasers? Find out who the upcoming Reflections and Talk to Thorin interviews are. Maybe you want to do one of those long discussions where you get to set the topics we talk about. Well, if any of these or others appeal to you, put your money where your mouth is. Join the Scluminati today via the Patreon link in the description box below.